CEO Luke Millard on the call. And guys, for those who missed last time, we had a Q&A. It was just a casual chat, have a bit of fun. You know, let's not go too serious with the questions, guys. Obviously, the man's got his, you know, he's got his plate full with other things as well to worry about. I have upgraded the Zoom call, so it won't be 40 minutes. And that way, you know, when Luke has to leave the call, then we can always chat after the call. So, you know, maybe we can have a bit of a discussion on how we can promote this and so forth. But anyways, Luke, I'll let you take over, my friend. Introduce yourself and
sure,
and take on the call. Rahim, Great. Good morning, Rahim.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good, my man.
Can you hear me okay now, Jets?
Yeah, buddy.
Great. Well, thanks everyone for being here. I'd like to start actually by saying thank you for everybody who has joined in the last 1 to 2 weeks. I mean, we've seen an overwhelmingly positive response, so really appreciate it. Most of all, I'd like to say and trying to optimize it so that we have a very smooth business platform moving forward. That is something that is really important to me, and it has been a little frustrating with the website performance. However, we needed to learn those things so that we could upgrade it so that we know how to run it most efficiently. So as of this morning, that server has been upgraded. What that means is that we should very soon be able to enjoy 100% uptime. So that is the plan from now on. And that is obviously something that we really to work towards moving into the beta launch, which is the next phase. The business overall, I think we're seeing some really positive things. And so again, I want to say thank you for all of you guys jumping in early. We had a planned sort of membership base of 50 for our alpha launch to do our testing, and we're around give or take 1,000 members at the moment, just from some very private links going out, and that's grown very organically. So that really is proving to us that we have a very successful business model, and we're going to see an amazing future out of it. So again, thanks for everyone being here so early on. As we move into the beta launch, that's when things will get more exciting, where and the sales affiliates can start to grow, and members will start to see continued earnings every day and more reliability out of the website, as well as the advertising. And we're already seeing that combination of the two sides of the business starting to interact really well. We have a lot of advertising campaigns that have now been set up, and the ads are getting minted every day as well. And that's even with our server downtime and any other issues that we've had. So look, like Jet said, I don't want this to be a presentation. I would prefer it if we have a questions and answers so that everybody understands and gets the answers to any questions that they have, because particularly early on in a business, there will be a lot of unknowns. So it's nice to get all of that answered for everybody. I will just say the overall goal, I'll just give a quick spiel about what it is that we are planning and where we are headed if you haven't seen any of our other recordings. So look, what we're trying to do here, our mission is to build a marketplace that enables people to earn income from home and also advertise their business surrounding the home-based business industry. So we're targeting the home-based business niche. That's something that I have a lot of experience with. I know just how valuable leads or an advertising service to find leads for your other businesses is. And it's a very sought after commodity in the make money online niche. Everybody gets into making money online, then realizes that maybe they need to build a list, or they want to find referrals or something like that. And they start trying to find a quality lead source. And that's the basis of our business, is to provide that advertising service. And so we will be expanding our advertising services, and you'll see some changes to our products and how that works based on the demand for those products and, you know, what people really want. One thing that we've already noticed is with the mobile minting. So we will be adding some mobile features so people can set up mobile advertising campaigns, along with other features, including members to the login ads, which is a really powerful product in itself, and social media as well as we move into social media. So that's really the basis. We have to have a viable product that people want to come and buy in order to build their other businesses. And by doing so, it allows us to help people make money from home, watching ads every day. And that is probably the most exciting part. I know that a lot of people here, that's probably why they're here. Okay, it's to make money simply. And we're going to provide that as well, as we already are. So that's what we are really aiming to build here. So again, look, I really want to say thank you for everyone that's so early on this. And I'd like to open it up to some questions, and we can elaborate on that and all get on the same page.
Awesome. Okay. Maybe we should give those that missed our call last time a chance to, if they have any questions. Yeah. What do you reckon, Luke?
Yes. Anybody, really? Anybody that has a question to answer it. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, then. Unmute. Okay, then. Who wants to go first?
Yeah.
Hello? All right. Does anyone have a question?
I'll go first, seeing nobody else will. I don't have a question. I'd like to make a statement, and that's to the people on the call. I think it's important. Thanks. I think it's important to let all the people know when they bring other new people on to teach them stuff. Don't just sign them up and have them getting into the groups asking really inane questions that they should have been taught right at the beginning. It's frustrating. And if you want to be a leader and sign people up, be a leader. But don't just sign them up and leave them to their own devices. That's my statement. I'm off my soapbox now.
Well, can you guys hear me still?
Sorry, let me just mute everybody.
And let me just.
Yeah, go ahead. I have to mute everyone and then unmute whoever's going to chat because, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Luke. Did I?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, mate.
Okay, so you can unmute yourself using Shift Command A on the Apple anyway. So, Laurie, I would like to elaborate on that. Thanks for bringing up the point that we want an educated and informed membership. We want people to be supported, to have the information that they need available to them. Really important. That's something that I've always strived for in my online businesses, is that everybody has the information that they need. So it is important to pass that on, even if you just create a basic email so that here are the steps, you register and this is what you need to know, and forward people to the Facebook page so they can stay updated. That's probably the biggest things that we're seeing is we're putting out notifications on the Facebook page, but we're still receiving support questions surrounding the update that is, or maybe already been online for 5 hours. And so those people for those 5 hours are wondering, what's happening? Why isn't this working? And they could have had access to that information really early on a
Exactly.
platform like Facebook. The other thing that we will be doing is, as training is a big part of what I like to do, we will be setting up more of the video training section. So please, everyone go down and have a look at that in the video training under the Get Started tab on the left-hand side. There's some videos in there already, and we will be adding a lot more videos to that. And just so that when people come in, they do have everything that they need and everything is clearly explained. We really want this business to open up to the world of people that maybe do not already have experience with cryptocurrency. That maybe this is their first time they've ever tried to make money online. Maybe this is the first time they've ever tried to promote a business, and we want that to be as simple as possible. And so for that reason, we will be adding more video training in different sections covering each one of those topics so that people do have information as well. That's something, it's a work in progress. And I was recording all day yesterday, so there'll be some new videos up perhaps later today or tomorrow.
Nice. All right, awesome. Okay, who else has a question? We do have Ian Nimick from Canada. We have Rahim from UK. Guys, this is your chance to ask any questions. I know last time you guys were a bit shy. So if you guys want to unmute your mic and, ask any questions.
I got a quick question, Jets. It's Ian here.
Go ahead.
I'm sure you
Yep,
might have
sure,
said
sure.
I missed it there, but will you get the link back up for surfing for mobiles again?
Yeah. So it's a great question, Ian. Thanks. The biggest thing with the mobile minting is that we have to protect the value for the advertiser more so than for the minter. The business will be a success providing we add value to the people running advertising campaigns. And so that has to be our first priority. And what was happening is that the mobile view was not displaying the site. In a lot of cases, it would just show a blank black page. And in some cases, it would just show maybe the first tiny, heading on a website. And so for that reason, that's not going to add value to somebody adding an advertising campaign. And I understand that right now it's free. So somebody sets up an ad and they haven't actually had to pay for it. But when we start charging people to run these campaigns, it wouldn't be professional on our standpoint to be delivering potentially half of those ad views to a screen that doesn't display their ad correctly. So what we are doing is we will be creating a system, and this is to come in the future. So just to answer your question quickly, not in the very near future. So for the moment, you must watch your ads on a desktop screen. But in the future, as we develop more function into our website, what we will be doing is allow people to set up mobile targeted advertising campaigns. So this will be separate. You can set up a desktop campaign or you can set up a mobile campaign. And then we will allow people to mint ads on a desktop or mint ads on a mobile, and depending on what device they're using will depend on the ad that they view. And the reason is that you don't create all advertising campaigns equally. If you're targeting an audience that is going to be on a desktop or a laptop screen, your design of your ad is going to look very different to one if you were going to create an ad for an Instagram post, right? They're going to look very, very different. And so we need to separate those things so that we have different design ideas. Excuse me for the background noise too. I'm in a public space here. So what we need is that you need those design ideas to work with the viewer. Okay, so they have to be separated. And so that is something that we'll work towards. So eventually, yes, you'll be able to mint ads again on your mobile phone, and you'll be watching mobile phone targeted ads as a result of that.
Perfect. Thanks for answering that.
No worries.
Awesome. Okay, who else has a question for Luke? This is your opportunity
I've got a question, please, Luke. Just because I've been in a previous business, I won't mention the names. That's how I know a few people here. But I wanted to basically ask, one thing that was the demise of that business was the payment processor running off with the money. So my concern is, we build out this business and then, getting scared that, where you're putting the money and then it's gone. So how are you going to deal with that? Because it's not just the last company that said that. I'm not saying you're going to do it, and I'm not saying that's this business. But I just want to know that what have you got in place, because I'm getting a lot of those questions given my audience on that kind of side.
Sure. Well, look, I have to say that that's probably one of the most important questions, and that it's a warranted question that people need to ask, and not just isolated to payment processes, but just in general. How's this money going to move? Where's it going to be stored? How much control does the user have over it? And is it real? All right. These are the very important questions that people need to be asking. And a lot of the reason that we built this business in the first place is because of the problems that seem to occur with every business that we join, right? In my history online, been in several businesses that that promise one thing, and for one reason or another, they end up disappearing. So I'd say there's two parts to this. One is that the blockchain that we've built upon, and all of the training is coming for this, hosts its own decentralized exchange. One of the benefits of a decentralized exchange means that every single user that holds a wallet on that exchange controls their own seed phrase and their private keys, meaning that your funds are held securely with your own device. They're not secured on a central body. They're not part of a big pool of money. So when you move money out of hashingadspace, when you withdraw tokens and you get those tokens into your own wallet, they're getting sent into your own private wallet with your own control, meaning that they're not actually so much being involved in a payment processor. We don't have this sort of third party in the middle where we have all this money that does this facilitating of transactions. We move tokens directly from our wallet, which we control the private keys, to your wallet where you control the private keys, meaning that you have the control, right? So we're not really going to have that breakdown where the payment processor steals all of our money. In my personal opinion, the more important question there isn't about the payment processor, because there's always, the possibility that these companies are using things like a payment processor as a scapegoat for a bad business model. And that is the main thing that we need to avoid. And so the whole purpose of this business, a couple of times people have said to me, well, how can you afford to pay? How can you afford to pay these tokens? How can a minter earn these tokens? And the answer to that lies in the question, how does Bitcoin afford to pay Bitcoin miners, right? So what that means is that this entire business is built on the schedule for minting of new tokens into circulating supply. And that is indefinitely sustainable. I say indefinitely, but our schedule is around about 100 years long. So what that means is that we're never going to get to a point where we say, oh, we got our numbers wrong and now we can't pay minters. Our minters are always going to earn tokens because that is already laid out for the next 100 years. If people watch ads, they'll be awarded these new tokens that come into circulating supply. From that point on, we give complete control over to the user. You can do as you choose with those tokens. You can send them back to your own wallet. You can hold them. You can use them to make purchases on our website, or you can exchange them on the decentralized exchange for other currencies, mainly Bitcoin at the start. We see Bitcoin will be the biggest trading pair. So that, I think, is a pretty long way to answer your question. But in my opinion, one of the most important points of this business, the whole business idea, is that we are not building a zero-sum game. And that is the biggest problem with most online businesses today, is that they build a zero-sum game. There are net losers, there are net winners, and a lot of people in the middle there somewhere. And that's not what we're building. What we're building is a product, advertising, which we take real revenue for, and we just sell advertising products. And we're building an ability for somebody to mint ads, and we're basing that on ad views. Instead of keeping transaction records like you would with Bitcoin, we're doing ad views. If you watch ads, you get awarded these tokens. Indefinitely sustainable in that reward. And that's why I've built it. I have no interest in building a business that in the end I have to say, oh, the payment processor ruined it or something like that, right? That's not what we're building here. The whole point is to build a marketplace. And I think I've covered this before in that hashingadspace isn't designed to make money. We don't make a cent off minting packages. If a member buys a minting package, when you look at a business, you have assets and obligations, or assets and liabilities. When somebody buys a minting package on our website, it becomes a liability of our business, not an asset. We don't take any money out of those purchases. The only thing we're doing is taking money from the advertising purchases for our actual product. And then most of that income, apart from operating expenses, goes back to the members that own minting packages and are earning income as a result of watching ads. So what that means is that this business can just work as a marketplace, facilitating those two operations, advertising and minting. And then as a business, as a company, for myself, for the minters, for our employees, for everybody else. The entire system runs around the economy of our token. That's where the revenue comes from. That's how I make money. That's how the company makes money. And so we're really committed to building the token economy, because that is the basis for this business. And that's how we're going to, that's how we're all going to enjoy income ultimately, including the minters on our website.
Okay, cheers. Can I ask another question?
Sure.
Just correct me. When someone buys packages, say I buy 10 packages, am I allowed to mint 10 adverts? Do I have to do 10 adverts if I buy 10 packages?
Well, you don't have to do anything, of course. However, if you purchase 10 minting packages, you will have the ability to watch 10 ads, which means that you will get 10 times the share of newly created asimi tokens for that day. So right now, for instance, everyone gets 1 share because everyone has a minting limit of 1. If you were to purchase a minting package, then you would be allowed to watch 2 ads, which means that you would now have a minting share of 2. So you would get double the income that maybe somebody else is getting. That's really the power. I know the question that you're asking there, and we have to change our mentality a little bit around that, in that people are used to watching 10 ads for unlimited income, and just thinking about that, just even saying that out loud shows how ridiculous that is, right? The value has to come from the advertising campaigns, and members want to earn money, then they need to watch ads for it. That's as simple as it is. And so each minting package allows you to watch 1 ad, and there's going to come a time, it all comes down to the value of that, doesn't it? It all comes down to how much money you get paid for watching that ad. Everybody's going to have their own level that they see as acceptable. And so perhaps some people will just buy 10 minting packages and they'll watch 10 ads. Maybe some people will watch 50. I mean, 50 ads, I haven't got that in front of me, but I believe that 50 ads out of 7 seconds, give or take a couple of seconds to go to the next ad, is around about 10 minutes or something. I'll have to look that up again. I'll have to do that calculation, but it's not a lot of time, right? And so if somebody was committed to it, they could effectively, and we're talking about people maybe trying to replace some of their income, it might stand to reason that somebody is prepared to watch 200 ads or spend half an hour watching ads or an hour watching ads, because they make 10 times the amount of money they would if they went to work doing the same thing, right? So it's going to be how much are people earning and how much time are people prepared to spend watching ads. And the people that really support the network and they are watching more ads, they're giving more value to the advertising campaigns, they have more minting packages, they're going to earn the most amount of money. It's as simple as that. And some people maybe that don't want to spend the time here, or they're just dabbling in it, then they'll just earn their share. So it's really going to come down to the individual. I would like to say that we do have some plans in the future for a different product. Originally we did have, I don't want to get confusing, but originally we had an extra product that was set in the business that did have a maximum of 20 ads. So you could just watch 20 ads and you'd get a certain amount of income back. We may introduce that at a later date. However, for now, it's also really important from a legally compliant standpoint that what we are doing with our minting packages is not promising a return on investment. We're not saying that if you buy a minting package, you're going to get 120%, for instance. We're not saying that. What we're saying is if you buy a minting package, you can watch an ad for 365 days. And as a result, you will get an undetermined amount of profit. Now, it is our view, particularly for people watching this video right now, that those packages would see far more return than that, okay? But really, all it is that if you purchase a minting package, you get to watch the ads. if you watch the ads, you get the undetermined amount of revenue as a result. And that is more legally compliant than us promising some form of gain. Okay, so that's really another important point of the way that we've set it up.
Cool. Cheers. Thanks.
All right.
Thank you. I just wanted to say, I'll finish on this one. I saw from the last company, which grew kind of big, I just wanted to put out a statement there. One thing which they talked about, and I spoke to Jets about this literally about an hour ago, and I won't mention the person's name, they're not on this call, but they literally rung me and they said that you've had a word about this business to that person, and I'm involved in another business with that person, and they were stemming on the word cross recruit. But to me, we're in an environment. I mean, when I've done that last business where I know some of the faces, that was like 5 years ago. We've entered crypto, like you said, Luke. There's many different businesses. I would never do another, I'd never do another, say, ad business. I'd never mix the two up. But the reason why I'm saying this statement is, in the last business, there's seemed to be a culture amongst the seniors and leadership where this word cross recruiting became like, let's stop cross recruiting. But I was saying to this person who rang me, who was a bit upset because I talked to him about this, but I said, listen, this business takes 5 minutes, which I love. That's why I'm doing it. And it can also help that person's business, in turn helps your business. So I was very strong on that point. But I just wanted to put that statement out because obviously when the company grows and in 2-3 weeks, which I was saying to Jets, it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be this thing where I wouldn't like to be part of a culture where when I saw that last company grow, that's the kind of wording that they were using. Whereas this is an advertising platform. It's built for advertising, marketers, etc. And that's the simple thing of it, really. That's the only statement I wanted to put out there.
Sure.
That's exactly right, Raheem. I mean, look, everyone out there that's promoting these opportunities, regardless of what they're promoting, they still need traffic. And that's why you're constantly bombarded with these spams and the messages and that. And how I counted it, I even told Derek this as well. I was like, look, that's an awesome opportunity. But unfortunately, we're in the traffic business. So if you prefer to, try out our system, or there's some advertising credits, there's a promo going on. A lot of these people don't realize, actually, people that actually do appreciate traffic really, and that's why I tell my team as well, when you do reach out to people, first of all, reach out to people that you are closely connected with. Number two, reach out to people that do appreciate traffic. People that understands how traffic work, and because those are the people who really appreciate the offer. It's absolutely free, and you got advertising credits, and you've got impressions as well, and a bonus, which I always say, and a bonus you're earning for free. So it's a no-brainer, seriously. But that's why people only look at it as an opportunity. Yeah, but at the end of the day, when they realize, oh damn, it is traffic, and that's what we're doing, and here they are, bringing people on board their opportunities and not really grasping the actual, the thought of, oh damn, here's this platform. But like what Raheem said, there's going to be a time where people do understand, because obviously we're still in pre-launch stage, and not many people out there, obviously know our company yet. But there's going to be a time where these top leaders, these top gurus, the ones who really know how to work these platforms, will grasp it. And then that's when the wake-up call is going to be like, oh, damn, this is what this person referred me to. He mentioned about this platform earlier on. So, it's when it comes to cross-recruiting, the way I look at it, it's not really cross-recruiting, because you're giving them a free offer, and you're basically giving them something that will complement their business. So the way I look at it, that's not cross-recruiting at all. The only thing is as well, but of course, if it's someone, let's say if it's a member of the company, and then they've got their own little following. Of course, if they're promoting it as well, that's, obviously that to me is a bit unethical. But at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, it's, if you know that you're trying to reach out and help somebody, promote their business, especially new guys. The way I look at it, new people have, they struggle trying to generate leads. They struggle, trying to build an email list, trying to promote on Facebook. They struggle. And these people do need something that's simple, where they can just put a banner or a campaign. Just like Derek. Derek's only been in this game for 2 weeks. And he, his feedback is like, wow, this is very simple to use. Like, he's created his own little campaign in the background. So that it's just so simple, guys. So we have what people need. That's what people need to grasp. We have what people need, and those people are out there. Like, it's funny because there was one person who actually, Derek mentioned that, because he's still new in the space. So every time he's connected or sending a friend request, the first thing he gets is that people, boom, in his face, like, check this out, Derek, check this out, Derek. But the way I look at it, I said to him, look, dude, this guy is reaching out to you because obviously he's trying to generate leads. He's trying to generate traffic. He's trying to get you on board. I said, dude, use that platform. This is what we are. You have to change the mindset. Like, we are now, we are traffic experts. Why? Because this is what we offer. We're bridging the gap between people out there trying to find, traffic, trying to build their email list, trying to, that's a lot of headache. It takes time. It takes time. And it takes a lot of effort. Luke knows himself. He's into email marketing, YouTube. It takes forever. Whereas, like, we have what they need. So, I just thought I'd throw that in there as well.
I think that's kind of why I joined, because coming from you, Jets, you understand the traffic side, whereas that last opportunity was built with events. So with events leading it, you're getting Joe Blogs off the street who doesn't understand traffic.
Yeah.
Yes.
And obviously you got the CEO there who understands traffic. So I just wanted to just put the statement out there to let that carry on, especially when obviously it grows more and more, because that wasn't the case in the last one. And then you had like a senior and management and the CEO. Well, the CEO understood traffic, but the seniors and the management were kind of running the ship in a way who didn't understand traffic.
Right.
I see that different here.
Yeah.
Just wanted to put the statement out to not have, that was kind of the demise of the last ship, which didn't help. One of the things, and it's just not a culture which needs to come into play. That's why I'm happy I'm partnering with the Australian folk here.
Yeah, well, look, and I'd like to just say one other thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Can you hear me, Jets?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Okay, yeah. So one other thing that I would just like to add to that is that throughout all of my marketing life, as I've helped other people into opportunities and they've wanted to grow their business, to expand their income, they've wanted traffic, they've wanted leads, something that I found to genuinely be lacking in this industry is the ability to help your list or your team find traffic for the opportunity. And we're talking about another opportunity. You're in another business, product, whatever it is, you've got to in that business. They want leads for that business. They want to get referrals for that business. I've never been able to find a decent traffic source that offered a decent affiliate commission. And so what you can do now, and this is one of the reasons that we've set the advertising affiliate commission to 50%, is you can, or members can, people, big advertisers, big leaders in other companies, they don't have to actually even be, into minting ads on our website. That's not what they have to do, but they can go and promote to their list and say, look, this is a lead source. This is where you can get new referrals for our business, other business, and they're going to get rewarded heavily. They're going to earn 50% of all of the revenue that their referrals spend on our advertising platform. So that's one of the main reasons that we've set that such a high affiliate commission there, is to give that incentive for exactly what you're talking about there, Jets, as an advertising business, not so worried about the minting ads. We know the minting ads is going to grow. We know that there's a huge market for people that want to make money online. They'll come and watch ads. That's so easy. Everyone will be interested in it. But leaders, perhaps that they feel obligated to their other businesses, or they're just true to that business, they're not looking for other opportunities to promote, they have the opportunity with us to just promote the advertising itself and just help their other referrals just get more success out of their other businesses.
Sweet. All right, let's give some other people, our members that's joined us, for the chance to ask some questions. All right, who else wants to ask any questions to Luke?
Yeah, just going back to what you were saying before, mate. Because I got to head off soon, take the car to get service. I want to say one thing. Jet's absolutely right with the whole advertising platform and being like traffic experts in a way. That's how I've found that I've been able to get most of my team on board, is basically just find out about their product and letting them know that, well, I've got traffic for you. Tier 1 quality traffic, that people who actually want to see your ad. They want to see the ad because it's going to come up and they can mint it. So I found that works really well. And that's how I've been basically doing it. I find out about their product. If I like it, I think it's good, then I'll give them a chance to promote it on else.
Awesome. And we have, I'll just say that we removed the splash pages or the lead capture pages that we created that are there for the sales affiliate resources, but we had to pull those links at the time being just due to the traffic load that we were experiencing, causing problems on the website. However, there are 3 options there when we do reactivate that, and one of them is just surrounding free advertising credits. So the whole page doesn't mention minting. It get your advertising, sign up, there's a bonus going on, you get 1,000 views to your ads. Will help as well, just spread that exact advertising message. And of course we have the other side of that, which is just focused on minting, because there's a lot of people out there that don't want advertising, right? They don't even know what to do with it. They just want to earn money. And then we have one that sort of combines both of them. So when they're back up, you'll have those resources as well.
I got a quick question.
Go ahead, Ian. Is that Ian, is it?
How many mint packages can a person have? Do you have?
It's unlimited.
Okay.
Yep. So when we're not setting a limit, we're pretty much just trying not to set any limits at this time. As long as we can service the advertising, you can purchase advertising as you like, and you can purchase as many minting packages as you like. There's going to be a personal limit for everyone, that you're going to reach this moment and think, I can't watch this many ads, right? I don't want to do this, right? So everyone's going to have sort of this range they probably meet. So that, I think people will set their own limits, but there's no actual limit.
I'm sure in a 9-to-5 job, you could watch a lot of ads in not that many hours. So
yeah, well, you'll make a lot of money.
I like that.
How do the commissions work? Is it directly paid to you, or does it have to go back into the system to buy more mint packs, or how does that work?
So it's a little confusing because of the pre-launch. Currently, there are no commissions paid. However, we are calculating them. So you'll be earning 10 of your referrals earnings at the moment, and we'll pay that at the end, and you'll get access to those tokens pretty much on launch day within the next week as we process those payments. After launch day, you will get the 5% of the package or 50% of the advertising package paid directly to your wallet at the time of purchase. So as soon as that purchase happens, that's in your wallet. There's no rules for rolling that into products. Those tokens are available to you. You can do it as you choose with them. You can withdraw them. You can spend them on services. That's completely up to you. There's no repurchase rule or anything like that. One thing I will say is that the tokens that are being awarded during pre-launch, we have a couple of rules in place for those tokens. So at the moment, everything is free, and we have to protect our business in that we are not at the moment gaining any advertising revenue, right? There's no minting package purchases occurring. So we're just awarding a lot of tokens. And as a result, we have to like I say, protect that token economy at launch day. And so there are some rules in effect for the pre-launch only. After the pre-launch, it's complete control to the members on all earnings. You can withdraw anything. During the pre-launch, at last call, I did say that we're going to roll all of that into a minting package, but we are probably going to actually offer 3 options, because it's important to me that everyone has control. I don't like rules like that, you see. However, we do need something for the token economy. So we'll either roll it into a mint package for the user, and so the person can start minting more ads as a result of their tokens, or they can be used for advertising purchases, or if the member truly does not want to use our services, they've been in the pre-launch and it wasn't for them, for instance, then which I don't think is going to be likely. I think people are really getting behind the idea, but in that event, we will just have a time delay of around about 90 days, and then that user can withdraw all of those tokens. So we're going to set 3 different rules in place, so members have options. So you can get access to all of your tokens after a time delay, or you can use it for a minting package, or you can use it on advertising. Again, this is only for the pre-launch. After the pre-launch, on day 1, any earnings that you earn are available for withdrawal or purchases or hold-in. Okay, everything is super easy after launch day. But in the pre-launch, we do have that rule.
That might be crazy to walk away from this company.
I think it's going to be great, guys, and I really appreciate everyone being here.
Sweet. Is that it? Anyone else?
Just throw one other thing out there real quick is we are in the pre-launch and we do have an awesome chat room going on. You do see a few people panicking when the sites go up and down, but that's part of being in the pre-launch. So don't panic. Let Luke and his team work on it. If it goes down, they'll get it back up. And Jets and everybody's good at giving updates too. So just let it work the bugs out, and then after the pre-launch, it'll be good for everybody. So.
Great, thanks. It's a great message right there, because I know that in other businesses, people, they get worried, right? As soon as the site's down, it's like, oh, it's gone forever, or something like that. This fear comes in. We really are in the alpha launch. This testing is part of it, right? This is almost intentional in a lot of ways, as we iron out a lot of those kinks and make sure that we build a better business. If we just think, if we make all these presumptions, we're not going to have the best business in the end. If we allow us to learn what the members are doing, what the site's doing, how to optimize it, how to make it the most efficient and effective business that we can, then ongoing, we're going to really have a robust system, and that's the goal.
Totally agreed.
Awesome.
Anyone else?
Mm.
We've got a few new faces on board. Faisal, Answer, Damien, Tanya, Trish. Don't be shy. This is your opportunity to, if you guys have any questions, any thoughts that you want to share, or nobody?
Sorry, but I'm just saying I got to get going now, so I'll catch us all later.
We all good, bro. Catch you later on, man.
Sure.
Sweet. I think that's it.
That's good then, Jets. I mean, yeah, that's right. If we've got everything covered, then we've got it covered. And I say thanks for arranging this call, Jets. It's really, it's important to have calls like this and get everyone up to speed with what's really happening in the business. And so I'm always open to these calls. So just let me know whenever you would like one. And that I'd like to extend that to all of the leaders, particularly in these early days where we are trying to build that connection and build that trust around the system and an understanding around the system. I'm more than happy to get on calls. At the moment, I've had a big workload just getting the website done, but once that's smooth operation, fingers crossed, then I'll have a lot more time for these calls as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, have another chat like this before the pre-launch, you think, or give us one more update, or?
Yes, well, so let's just talk about the pre-launch moment then. So basically, we've penciled in a schedule for what we anticipate our timeline to be. we are hoping that we move. I've changed the terms. If you saw the very start where we had that schedule, I've changed the terms. So we're going to go into beta private launch next, and that is tomorrow, actually, I believe. So either tomorrow or the next day, we're going to go into the beta private launch, and we're going to run that for probably around 2 weeks. And the idea behind the beta private is that we still will have that affiliate code rule in, meaning that members will need to register on the registration page. They cannot just look around. So it still does take a little more communication from people just blasting their link out. You still need to make that slight connection. However, it will be unlimited referrals, and you can do public advertising. You'll just need to make sure that people register using that registration page. That's going to come into effect probably tomorrow or the next day, and I'll put a post on Facebook for that. We'll do that for 2 weeks, and then at the end of that 2 weeks, all things running smoothly, we'll go into the beta public launch, and the public launch will have better coding for your own affiliate links. We'll get those affiliate pages back up so you can really start promoting it as they choose at that point. And then the plan is for the 3rd of January. So 2 weeks, meaning we're mid-December at that point. And so then the 3rd of January is when we anticipate the public pre-launch. And at that day will mark the day that the token goes live on the exchange, that we accept deposits, that we accept withdrawals, and we accept all purchases. So we're looking for January as the day that really the business kicks off. Things free anymore. Members will need to pay $30 to register as a sales affiliate. They will need to pay for their advertising and their minting packages. Everything becomes real on that day, and also the exchange live, and the token will be floating on that exchange on that day as well. So really the anticipated timeline for the moment. So hopefully we can adhere to that. It could change. Okay, we've got a bit of a head by the time we actually get to that day, but that's what we're planning.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome.
That's it. Anyone else? Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, thanks, Jets. Thanks, everyone.
Oh,
thanks.
good.
Thanks for taking
Beautiful.
the time.
Hey, look, first of all, man, I appreciate your time, and great going. The entire team, perfect work. Keep it up, and you know, and we do appreciate the updates as well, buddy. And that's why our job as well as leaders, or you know, if you've taking, you know, bringing people on board, I do consider you guys as a leader. Once you bring people on board, that's a leadership to me. So it's like what Laurie said as well. Make sure you do study. I've always addressed this in our team. Please study the FAQs. Please watch the video presentation. It only takes, you know, it does help you build your business. It's no good bringing in people if you don't even, you know, understand the basics. At least understand the basics of the business. It does help you. I'm always addressing this to my team constantly. Please study. That's why I'm always posting the video presentation, or address the FAQs. FAQs to me is basically, it's like 70% of all your answers, guys. Seriously, if you just take the time to go in the FAQs, frequent answers and questions, answers right there. And there's some also, and any announcements, of course, is what Luke, it's right there in your back office. So, you know, it's any kind of business, you know, that's one thing I had in the past, where people just bring in the people. And then what happens, they send us these questions. I'm thinking, it's right there in front of you. But I don't blame these people. See, I blame the people that's sponsoring, the people that go out there and bring these people in, because those are the people that should be studying and get them, understand the basics. You know, you don't have to explain about the tech side of things. You know, a lot of people don't really understand the minting, the crypto. I mean, I'm still a newbie in this crypto space. But if you just, make it simple, make it kiss, very simple. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what I said. But anyways, Luke, again, thank you for being here with us, and we'll definitely have another call. I think that like what Ian said, maybe we can have one before the actual maybe public pre-launch or something like that, or up to you.
Well, I think that it would be good, probably at least at a minimum, to have one in the next 2 weeks prior to moving into the beta
Yeah.
public launch, and then we can schedule one for the day before or a couple of days before the actual launch as well. Keep everyone up to speed at that point. The next 4 weeks, in my opinion, and this is why we've set it up like this, represents a remarkable opportunity to find referrals. Is often very difficult because advertising, it's very hard to find in a business, and so people really can go and, you know, it's no risk for your team, it's no risk for the individual, there's no risk anywhere other than this 5 minutes a day minting an ad. And so we're really hoping that by the time really the base. I know we talked about it last week, Laurie, with the value of the ad minting, right? The amount of tokens that are being awarded per ad view. And we really have a target to try and bring that down to around about half of one asimi token per ad. That's a more reasonable area. And that's going to take, it's going to either take 35,000 people, or it's going to take less people with more minting packages. So that's sort of our first target. So we're hoping that by the time we get to the public launch, we're at that sort of number, and we can go from there.
Sweet. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for jumping on board to this call. And this is recorded, by the way. So once I render the video, then I'll share it in our team, in our group as well, for those who want to watch it, or send it to those people that couldn't make it.
Well, good. If it's being recorded, I just want to say I think Luke's fantastic, and give Brownie.
Awesome, guys. Cool.
Right.
Look, this is exactly, sorry, one more thing. This is exactly how I want these calls, you know, just to be casual, have a bit of a laugh, guys. Don't be too serious. And you know, it's better this way than to have it too serious. And obviously Luke has got so much on his plate, so he doesn't want any more, you know, serious questions. I mean, that's why, you know, go to your FAQs, study it, and if you see the answer there's no point asking the same questions, you know. So have a bit of a laugh, have a fun. Anyways, guys, again, thank you so much, everybody, for coming on board. Luke, appreciate you again, buddy. Take it easy, and I'll share the video, you guys, in the group. Take care, buddy.
Great.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.